one of the things that we know about kids who have experienced trauma is anything that is too much, too long, too fast, too short, any of the two really dysregulate the child. Because what we know is when something happened to you that you were not expecting, it takes you to that point when your amygdala gets stimulated, when your body gets ready either to fight, to freeze, or to relate. We know new research is showing us that a lot of being able to relate is the first reaction that we have when we are born, being able to count on a caregiver. When a traumatic event happens and we don't have the capacity to relate with an adult that has our back, we go back into fight or freeze. So kids that have too much opportunities to too many choices, they get overwhelmed easily. Consistency, simplicity, and a routine are really key for children to feel this is a safe space. As adults, it's the same thing. Think about it, going into a classroom, you already know what your classroom, you already know where the materials are, you already know the kids that you have in your classroom. And imagine coming in the morning and you're a 5th grade teacher and all of a sudden they tell you you're going to be in the kindergarten class today. And you're like, but what about my stuff? What about my kids and where do I go? That level of stimulation really dysregulates us. If we have never experienced trauma, we have a window of tolerance for that says, you know what? I can do this. It's going to be a little bit wonky, but I can do it. If we have experienced in our childhood a time when we didn't really feel safe, we don't have the capacity to say, I got this. We go directly into what is going to happen to me if I don't have what I was already used to. Kids that have experienced trauma live that on a daily basis. That sense of I am not safe. And interestingly enough, adults actually have the very same experience. So what we know also is mirror neurons of the adult and the child come in contact as soon as they form a relationship. So what I was mentioning before, when I come in the classroom and I am overstimulating, I come in, I have a loud voice, have a big smile, then that's going to get the kids pumped up, which is amazing when you're in a crowd of adults. When you're in a crowd of children that need routine, consistency, and calmness, that will just pump them up so high that they don't have the capacity to regulate themselves. The window of tolerance to being able to calm themselves and understand, oh, Miss Becca is gone, is very little. Once I leave the room, the air is still like popcorn popping up. So this is something that is also important for us to be mindful about, is the dysregulation that happens into children sometimes is caused by the loudness of the adult or the interactions of the adult in the classroom. And the dysregulation on the adult in many occasions has also a lot to do with the dysregulation of the child. So being able to be aware of your own dysregulation as an adult and find that mentor or that person that you can reach out and say, you know what, today something happened in the classroom and I didn't felt like myself. We all experience that, but being able to be aware and listen to that need that we have inside is what is key about us being able to be there for the little ones in our class or in our session.